A week before thousands would flock to St. John the Divine for holiday celebrations, this iconic Manhattan cathedral was on fire. Flames destroyed the gift shop before firefighters could contain them, and several unique 17th century tapestries were damaged. The fire marshal concluded that a surge suppressor manufactured by Tripp-Lite had caused the fire. Or did it?
Our product was found by the fire marshal about 25 feet away from where he thought the fire started. This happened to be an isobar, so our flagship surge suppressor. Tripp-Lite was facing a multi-million-dollar claim bigger than anything we've ever faced before.
Tripp-Lite is a Chicago-based electrical manufacturer.
We manufacture computer aftermarket products, including surge suppressors and all the assorted products that are used in a data center. Once we learned a little bit more, and at least had one review of the product by our expert, we were comfortable we were not at fault. Any damage to our product was external from the fire itself, and we wanted to fight like hell.
In their fight to get to the truth, Bob and the Tripp-Lite team learned some important lessons on how to handle products liability lawsuits. Lesson 1. Know the process.
What you want to do is assume anytime you're noticed, it could go to trial. No matter how small, how simple it may seem, you should be prepared for litigation. This case really opened our eyes to the fact that we need to understand the process of how these claims go through, what we need to do from being at the scene and having the right experts and working all the way through a jury trial.
Next, have a team of experienced people working with you.
We didn't get notified of the event. We got notified by a newspaper reporter in New York the day the lawsuit was filed. So we were way behind from the beginning. We didn't know enough, so we clearly relied on people, the insurance company, our brokers and attorneys, to make sure we had a good team.
Get to the scene as soon as possible.
Being on the scene is invaluable if you can go, especially for a big case, both in terms of recognizing what was there, even identifying our products. If you're not there and you're at a lab 6 months later, you don't have any opportunity to point out this or that or what might have been the cause.
Have quality science to back you up.
Tripp-Lite contacted us. We're their insurance carrier, and so we got involved in conducting an investigation. One of the allegations the plaintiffs made was that metal oxide varistor, which is a semiconductor device that clamps down on voltage surges, had failed. When the metal oxide varistor fails, it essentially blows up. It releases all of its internal chemicals, and one of those chemicals is bismuth and cobalt. So here at the Travelers Lab, we have equipment like the scanning electron microscope that we use to detect the presence or absence of cobalt and bismuth in the carpet that helped to prove to the jury that Tripp's product did not cause the fire.
When the case went to trial, I think the jury recognized that we had really good science behind our case. Having an expert who is able to understand all the terminology and also translating that into English speak that the jury could understand, that was extremely helpful.
Lastly, monitor social media for posts about your case or others for valuable information.
We are currently now a much more marketing savvy company and a social media savvy company because you have to be. We pay attention, we surf, we watch. We've had other cases since then where there's been a fire and people have videotaped it and posted it. If you surf, you might find both video and also other information about the events before, during, or after the fire that become useful to you. If you're a manufacturer in the United States, you're going to get sued at some point. Products liability for us as a manufacturer is our biggest single risk. The jury decided that we were innocent and they dismissed the case. Now when we get a call, I don't want to say it's routine, but there's certainly no panic. We notify the insurance company immediately, we notify our first response attorney, and we sit down and we go from there.